reading the comment section, and I seem to miss a lot with the Gypsy Rose update. Like, I completely missed all of the, I just completely missed all of the, there's like people who came out and have said she's lying.
This is Bailey. She's a huge content creator that does true crime. She's talking in regards to an update video she did. A lot of true crime cases. One of them, the Gypsy Rose case, where she cut out Gypsy Rose segment after a lot of comments that Gypsy Rose is in fact not what she seems.
A lot I missed with the Gypsy Rose case. So I ended up cutting a section of the video. It's up right now. I cut like 40 minutes, but the video is still almost an hour. So it's still long. But I just wanted to let you know, like, I ended up cutting the Gypsy Rose stuff. Thanks to everyone in the comments letting me know that I missed a lot.
You know, GRB is pissed. Typical Gypsy Rose fashion, she clapped back. But this time, not in anger, but her old French manipulation. Cue Christian Gypsy Rose.
I just cut the Gypsy Rose part. It was just better to play it. Just cut it. I got it wrong. Cut it. No questions asked. Girl needs to do some more. I need to do some more digging. Okay, sorry about that. But I appreciate the people who pointed it out to me.
Okay, wait. Before we even get into this mess, can y'all tell me real quick where you're watching from and what time it is right now? Like, are you up late, sipping something, or are you just casually scrolling at work? Drop it in the comments. And while you're down there, make sure you like the video, hit subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of this wild internet tea, okay? Alright, let's get into it. Because, girl, Bailey Sarian just had to apologize for including Gypsy Rose Blanchard in her latest true crime video. And things are getting messy. So, apparently Bailey said she missed a lot in her coverage after fans in the comments started dropping receipts, calling her out, and basically fact-checking everything about Gypsy. But honestly, the real chaos didn't come from Bailey's video. It came from Gypsy herself. Because, girl, Gypsy was out here trying to literally rewrite history. Like, no exaggeration, she went straight to Wikipedia and started editing her own page. I get it, you've been away for 8 years, but you can't just jump out of prison and decide you're going to become your own PR team and your own Wikipedia moderator, babe. That's not how this works. So here's what went down. She apparently logged into an account called Gypsy Rose Blanchard 727, which is like subtle, right? And she just started scrubbing her page like she was spring cleaning her past. She deleted all the messy stuff, the unaliving details, Nicholas Godejohn's name, like it was all one big misunderstanding. Then she swapped convicted of second-degree murder for American author and public figure. Girl, what? You served 8 years, not 8 years of book signings, okay? And it doesn't stop there. She even tried to erase her entire marriage to Ryan Anderson. Like, ma'am, we all saw that breakup unfold on the internet in real time. You can't just hit backspace on Lifetime. Oh, and the audacity. Limitless. She literally deleted her own sources. Court citations, local news articles, biography references, gone. Poof. Like, if I delete it, it didn't happen. Then she started rewriting her page like it was a movie trailer for a redemption arc, talking about surviving abuse, being an author, yada yada. And listen, no one's denying she went through it, but the timing. Girl, it's giving main character rebrand. But here's where it totally backfired. Wikipedia moderators were like, no ma'am. They rolled back every single edit, flagged it in red, and exposed what she changed, line by line.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard was caught trying to change information written about her on Wikipedia. She wants to be known as a victim survivor of Munchausen by proxy and not a murderer. Gypsy has a microdeletion disorder that causes major medical issues. Her mom did everything possible to keep her alive, and that's probably why she has 10,000 medical documents. Gypsy, Dee Dee is your victim. It's not the other way around.
And then, oh my god, Reddit got a hold of it. You know Reddit had the time. People were posting screenshots of the edits, color-coded, red for what she deleted, green for what she added, and the comments were brutal. Everyone was basically like, not Gypsy trying to Control-Z her crime. Like, you can't just edit your way out of murder, baby. Wikipedia was like, nice try, parole princess, but history stays public. Now, let's rewind a bit, because there's another piece people always bring up when they talk about the original case. The supposed fraud investigation. So, right after Dee Dee's body was found back in June 2015, police realized Gypsy could actually walk. Huge shocker at the time, and they reached out to the Social Security Administration. By July, they got a response from this woman named Dana Carrington, who basically said, yeah, so the Blanchards were getting disability benefits, and Dee Dee's the one who filled out all the paperwork. Apparently, the payments were last used on June 9th, literally just days before Dee Dee's death. So, Dana said the SSA might want to look into a possible disability fraud case, but they'd need to check the Blanchards' bank records first. The cops followed up a few months later, September 24th to be exact, and Dana was like, yeah, actually, we're not pursuing that anymore since Dee Dee's deceased. And when they asked if Gypsy could be charged, Dana said nope, because Gypsy wasn't the one who applied for or managed the benefits.
I always wondered where the whole Gypsy Rose Munchausen by proxy shit actually came from, especially since she didn't go to trial, so no specialist looked at Gypsy Rose's damn medical file. Look at this date up here. This is June 17, 2015, 2 freaking days after Gypsy Rose and Nicholas Godejohn have been arrested. Already, the Springfield News Leader is printing articles about what is Gypsy Rose a victim of Munchausen by proxy. And then, of course, that same day, guess who else made this comment? Bobby Petrie, the same person who said, oh yeah, Dee Dee made Gypsy wear glasses that she didn't need. The girl's eye was literally facing in. And this article talks about a relative that told the news leader about years of strange behavior, especially related to Gypsy Rose's true physical state.
Like, that rebrand might be over, girl. I'm telling you, Gypsy is not gonna be happy about this. But you know what? We've been watching this slow unravel for a minute, and it's kind of wild to see it play out in real time. So recently, Gypsy posted this 3-part essay on social media talking about how people are invalidating her abuse and why everyone needs to stop questioning her story. And okay, like, I get it, she's a complex, controversial figure, but here's where it gets messy. She opens up by saying she knows she's controversial. Fair, but instead of addressing why she's controversial, she kind of flips the script, acting like people just don't get her trauma. Then she admits her mom was never officially diagnosed with Munchausen by proxy, but says experts strongly believe she had it. And girl, that's not evidence, that's persuasion. That's like saying, well, everyone thinks it's true, so it must be. It's a pivot.
Bobby told the detective it seems Claudina has Munchausen syndrome. The way she always acted like there was something wrong with Gypsy when there was nothing wrong. Keep in mind that Bobby had not seen Gypsy for like, what, 10, 12 years, something like that. He's saying, you know, she never had nothing wrong with her. Even though Gypsy Rose's own pawpaw in her documentary, and when Dee Dee and Gypsy was living with him, they would have to get up at night and wake Gypsy up because her monitor would go off because she would stop breathing and they'd have to wake her up so she'd breathe again. I'm just going to tell you, I think Gypsy Rose's damn attorney, Mr. Stanfield, thought that the public was coming up with their own narrative of Munchausen by proxy, and honey, he ran with it. The public were already thinking it. All he had to do was come up with a deal now. Talked to the prosecutor and it was sealed. HBO was already looking into Gypsy. They were all about to get fucking paid. This ain't all alleged, honey, but it is for entertainment purposes only, in my opinion. But she did that shit.
Then she blames inaccuracies in her memoir on how other people told her story. Like, okay, but if the details keep changing, that's not healing, bestie. That's editing. So now it's like, if her story doesn't add up, it's her co-author's fault. If the details shift, it's part of her healing journey. And if you question it, you're invalidating her trauma. Like, no, girl, that's not accountability. That's PR. And then she drops that manipulative line, would you feel the same way if I had died and my mom lived? Girl, That's not deep, that's emotional deflection. It's turning a serious question into a sympathy play. And did y'all notice she limited comments? Haha, because she wants to talk at the public, not with them. Here's the thing, bestie. Gypsy isn't just defending her trauma. She's rewriting her own story in real time. Every time someone calls out a contradiction, boom, another long post appears, rewriting the narrative. It's not about healing, it's about maintaining the image of the misunderstood survivor, instead of confronting the fact that she might have also caused harm. And the real tea? Allegedly, her mom might not have had Munchausen by proxy at all. Some people believe Gypsy herself may have been manipulating that narrative to justify her actions. Because if you think about it, who's the survivor and who's the perpetrator? Real talk, healing happens quietly. Rebranding happens in a carousel post.
So Gypsy posted that Beatrice Yorker's 60 Minutes interview, and then I saw that girl who says that she was a Gypsy supporter, she's not anymore. SMB is like, go watch Beatrice Yorker. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna watch Beatrice Yorker. You guys.
Drowsy, or you can induce seizures. You can induce vomiting by giving a child ipecac, which is medicine made if the child accidentally discovers pills.
This lady asked about Gypsy, and then Beatrice starts talking about a different case. Dee Dee never made her have ipecac.
Why didn't she get up and walk? That is a great question. Why Gypsy didn't just get up and walk? She did occasionally, and there were times when they did testing. Right now, I am aware of 4 or 5 cases where children are being kept in wheelchairs.
She asks, why didn't Gypsy just get up and walk? Well, she did occasionally. I know of 4 or 5 cases. What?
What made her snap? I believe it was her good fortune that her mother was self-medicating, and her mother was often sleeping or in a drug-induced state, and Gypsy was free to get on the internet. And I think that, in a way, saved her. It opened a door to a life that she could see.
This is the expert? Well, I think Gypsy plotting a murder was just her good fortune, because Dee Dee was on drugs all the time, so she went on her BDSM websites and realized she can just commit murder. If this is their proof, they are losing their shit.
Later, another creator, Amber from Into the Weeds, even requested official records from Greene County to confirm if there had ever been an investigation or charges about the fraud thing. And the county basically said, yeah, that case doesn't exist. So technically, yes, the SSA looked into possible fraud, but it never turned into an actual investigation or case. Once Dee Dee was gone, it all pretty much died with her. And the victim act. Still cranked to 11. Every interview, it's that baby voice. Side note, we all know that's fake. She drops it the second cameras stop. And I was brainwashed. I didn't know hurricanes were real till I was 23. Girl, please. You allegedly masterminded a murder, but thought weather was a myth. Pick a lane. And the Wikipedia stunt proves she's still desperate to erase the truth.
Gypsy Rose got off on unaliving her mother. So let's get into the evidence. First, this is a text message that she sends Nick Godejohn just hours before. She says, for motivation's sake, bring your A game, hun. This is life with me on the line. And I wish it stopped there, but it doesn't. Nick told the investigator that Gypsy was shaving her legs while he did it. And then they began cleaning the house. And then they went to Gypsy's room to get it on. He even mentions how they did all 3. The back door, the front door, and the mouth. And he added this additional detail. They both were in their birthday suits, but Gypsy was wearing a dark brown wig while they got it on.
Can't have convicted murderer next to your name when you're selling inspirational survivor merch, right? Okay, let's get into the psych tea, because allegedly this screams textbook personality disorder, lack of empathy. Check. She allegedly watched her mom bleed out, then partied. Superficial charm. Check. That cutesy voice and big eyes real in talk show hosts and new boyfriends like clockwork. Manipulative. Girl allegedly conned an entire town for decades, then conned a boyfriend into life in prison while she served 7. Impulsivity. Planning a murder in DMs, then immediately posting haha just kidding updates. 0 chill. Irresponsibility. Never once has she allegedly said, yeah, I chose this. It's always, poor me, the system failed me.
And that all this took place on Gypsy Rose's bed, which is right across the hall from where her mother's body was. And he says Gypsy got off, and that he didn't. And I find that interesting, because Gypsy loves to paint this picture about how she was just this scared little girl, and that she wanted to stop it, but again, she was just too scared. Yet she was so scared that she proceeded to get it on afterwards and get off. That doesn't scream scared, that says excited. And Gypsy herself described her mood as happy. And not just once.
or twice, but 3 times. She also had this to say, "Darling, I'm getting naked in the tub. I was only excited." I do not believe that Dee Dee's life was taken because of medical abuse. I believe that Gypsy did it because it was a kink to her. She would get off on it, and she did.
Grandiose. She allegedly thinks she deserves fame for surviving a scam she helped run. Shallow emotions. Cries on cue, then laughs about revenge in the next breath. Callous. Allegedly 0 visits to mom's grave, 0 apologies to the family left behind. Reports break psychopaths into 4 types, and the distempered one fits like a glove. Moody, aggressive, can't keep relationships or lies straight. Allegedly already beefing with the baby daddy's fam. Posting shady subs. Deleting when it backfires. Rinse, repeat. And Ken, current guy, I think. Allegedly better lock the nursery because the track record is murderous. Real talk, the scariest part. She's out here pushing a stroller. Postpartum pics are awkward as hell. Standing there, stiff, blank stare like she's never held a baby before. And allegedly 0 therapy, 0 accountability. Just, "I'm a mom now, tee-hee." Ma'am, you allegedly ended your own mom. The math ain't mathing. Internet's not buying it either. Every cutesy post gets flooded with, "Where's the remorse?" and "Free the boyfriend you framed."
Did Gypsy Rose tell somebody that her and her boyfriend took Dee Dee's life? I had Facebook comments sent to me that are from well over 10 years ago. And the person in this comment I really wanted to interview. However, whenever I went to go look them up, they sadly passed away 5 years ago. However, she left information in these comments, so I was able to confirm what she is saying. So let's get into what she said. First, she acknowledged that Gypsy really does talk in the high-pitched voice. In this comment is how I was able to confirm that she was in the same courthouse as Gypsy Rose on the same day. She said she was seeing Judge Jason Brown, and they called everyone up around 8:30, so they all had to wait in the outside area until they were escorted to each separate courtroom.
Allegedly, half her followers are hate-watching, waiting for the next meltdown. And she keeps feeding them. New interview dropping where she allegedly complains about prison oatmeal but still won't say sorry to Dee Dee's sister. The audacity. Low-key, the system allegedly looked at the abuse, ignored the premeditation texts, and said, "Trauma equals get-out-of-jail-free card." Now she's got a bigger platform than ever, allegedly pocketing every cent while the boyfriend rots, and not 1 dime to victim funds, just sparkly sunglasses and free Gypsy hoodies she hawks herself. The irony is thicker than her lies. So yeah, allegedly every psychopath box gets a bold checkmark. No empathy, fake charm, master manipulator, impulsive, irresponsible, grandiose, shallow, callous, distempered edition, extra chaotic. But again, all according to court filings, text logs, and neighbor tea, none of us are head shrinkers.
And then she goes into saying how badly she wanted to ask her a bunch of questions because of something Gypsy had said. But basically states that she was just in shock, that she was sitting next to her and all that she was able to say was good luck in court. She also said that she was smiling and giggling like nothing had ever happened and said she seemed like she was in good spirits. But why was this weird? This is why. She says, "I unfortunately was in jail that morning and was called for court at the same time she was. I was seeing a different judge, but she sat right next to me when we were waiting to be taken into the courtroom. I obviously knew who she was, but there was another girl sitting on the other side of her who had been in jail quite some time and didn't know who she was. I heard them talking to one another. And the girl asked what she did, and Gypsy replied, 'Me and my boyfriend killed my mom?' Then the girl who asked her said, 'Wow, you seem so innocent.' And Gypsy replied, 'Yeah, I'm half-half.' I'm curious to know what y'all think about this. And like I said, I did look up the girl's name, which I shouldn't have marked out because she is deceased. However, she does have 4 sons, and I don't think that they should be dragged into this. But by Missouri CaseNet, I was able to confirm she was in that same courthouse as Gypsy, and she did see Judge Brown that day.
Final sip. Ken, guard that baby. Guard the knives. Guard your phone passcode. Because allegedly once the spotlight dims and the book sales tank, the mask slips for real, and history allegedly repeats in the messiest way.
Your mom's dead, okay? Now, what I want to ask you is, your mom's passed away, okay? She's deceased, all right? Now, what I want to ask you, did you have involvement in this? Okay. Yeah, hang on, listen to me for a second, okay? I want you to understand something. This snowball that we talked about, you remember the pencil that we talked about? I'm gonna demonstrate something with a pencil here.
I'll just say it, if you can sit there and watch Gypsy Rose's interrogation and still scream she's nothing but a victim, then you are willfully being blind. She showed the world who the hell she was in that interrogation, honey. She started lying and crying at the drop of a damn dime. The minute her mama being dead was mentioned, oh, what? She's lying. Like she didn't just sit in a fucking bathroom and listen to Dee Dee lose her life, call Gypsy's name, screaming help, and in Gypsy's newer interview, she said her mom was gurgling, then she heard it. Gypsy sat right there in that bathroom and listened to every fucking bit of it. And then when Nick was done taking her mother's life, she took him into her bedroom with all her little stuffies and slobbed on his damn knob. She screamed she was forced into all this shit. Well, you know what she said about Nick? I didn't put a gun to his head and make him do it. Well, Nick didn't put a gun to yours either, honey. All them videos and shit you made, nobody was right there threatening you. You did this on your own free will. You made the murder plan fucking B. Who the fuck makes murder plan B when it's supposed to be their last resort? This ain't all that. Just Gypsy Rose's shit right there. This is for entertainment purposes only, my opinion, but Gypsy Rose did that shit.
So, yeah, between Bailey's apology, Gypsy's wild Wikipedia edits, and the internet's collective meltdown, it's been a week. And honestly, like, I don't know what Gypsy was thinking. Maybe she's just trying to start fresh. Maybe she really didn't realize how the internet works now. But, girl, you can't just erase your past like it's a typo. Anyway, what do you think about all this? Was Gypsy really trying to rebrand herself, or was it just a bad idea gone public? Drop your thoughts down below. And, also, where are you watching from again? I love seeing everyone's locations in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, hit subscribe, and turn on those notifications, okay? See you next time.